Welcome to Challenge Accepted with Jonah C. A big welcome to new listeners and a great big welcome to those who have returned for more. I just want to give a special shout out and thanks to all of those who continue to come back despite the fact that I'm not putting a show out each week, although that is my intent. There is a whole part of my life that just pulls me in a different direction and I just get super busy. However, that is still the intent. When season 2 hits, my goal is to put out more shows, hopefully weekly, but nonetheless, thanks again so much for all of those who continue to stick around, listen to the show, and reach out to me. Today, we're diving into what it truly means to be relentless in the pursuit of overcoming challenges and achieving your goals. This isn't just about grit. It's about strategy, mindset, and staying the course even when the odds are stacked against you. Look, we've all faced moments where giving up felt easier than pressing on. But what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle is an unshakable determination. Today, we'll explore practical ways to develop that mindset and take deliberate steps toward success. Are you ready to go on an exploration on how this can work wonders for you? I am. I'm Jonah. I'm your person. Let's get to it. Once again, welcome to the show. First, let's talk about the importance of knowing your why. Your why is the reason you're willing to push through discomfort, uncertainty, and failure. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to lose momentum. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed over 1,000 times before perfecting the light bulb. Why didn't he just quit? Because his why was bigger than the setbacks. He was driven by the vision of lighting up the world. Ask yourself, what's at stake if I give up? Write down your why and put it somewhere visible, on your bathroom mirror, your phone, or your desk. When the going gets tough, let it remind you why you started in the first place. Next, let's talk about consistency. I call it the unsung hero of success. Relentlessness isn't about huge leaps. It's about showing up day after day after day. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum makes the impossible achievable. Think about athletes like Serena Williams. It's not just her talent that's made her a legend. It's her discipline and her ability to practice relentlessly, even when no one's watching. Here's a tip. Break your goals into micro goals. Focus on small daily wins that compound over time. I have often suggested through the show, don't wait to get to the finish line to celebrate. Celebrate along the way. Celebrate the baby steps. Success doesn't happen overnight, but small, consistent actions lead to massive results. Now, I really want you to hone in and focus on this next part. It's super important because this is where many of us have gotten to, and the momentum slows down or stops altogether. Look, failure is inevitable, but how you respond to it determines your path forward. Being relentless means reframing failure as feedback and not defeat. Think about this. Oprah Winfrey overcame poverty, abuse, and multiple career setbacks to become one of the most successful media moguls and philanthropists in the world. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but stayed relentless in pursuing his dream, becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Colonel Sanders. He founded Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, in his 60s after being rejected over 1,000 times when pitching his fried chicken recipe. The list goes on and on, but here's a few more for you. Albert Einstein struggled early in life, labeled a slow learner, and faced rejection for academic positions, yet he revolutionized science with his theory of relativity. Here's another one for you. Steven Spielberg was rejected multiple times by film schools, but persisted to become one of the most iconic filmmakers of all time. This stuff is not made up. Let's just do one more, though. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson transitioned from a failed football career to wrestling and later acting, becoming one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood through relentless hard work. After every setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? Shift your mindset from "I failed" to "I'm learning." Let's talk about failure a bit more because it's impossible to be relentless without facing setbacks. Here's the secret. Relentless people see failure differently. To them, failure is not an endpoint. It's a stepping stone. Think of Walt Disney. He was fired from a newspaper job because his editors said he lacked creativity. His first business venture, which was an animation studio, went bankrupt. But Walt didn't stop. Instead, he doubled down. He learned from his mistakes and created an empire that continues to inspire generations today. Here's a thought. When you fail, ask yourself, what lesson does this failure hold for me? Instead of seeing failure as a roadblock, treat it as a detour that's leading you to an even better outcome. Look, no one succeeds alone. Being relentless also means being intentional about who you let into your circle. The people around you should challenge and inspire you, not drain your energy or sow doubt. Think about great leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. He surrounded himself with people who shared his vision and pushed him to stay the course even when it seemed impossible and dangerous. What you need to do is evaluate your inner circle. Are the people in your life lifting you up or holding you back? Seek out mentors, peers, and even podcasts like this one that can keep you motivated and focused. Okay, let's keep this fire lit. Let's get some more robust information to keep this momentum going. Think of this. Being relentless is not about brute force. It's about having a mindset that says, no matter how many times I fall, I will rise again. It's about persistence, focus, and an unshakable belief that your goals are worth fighting for. When we think of being relentless, focus plays a central role. Many people give up not because they lack talent or resources, but because they lack focus. The relentless are different. They cut through distractions like a laser beam. Now, I'm going to pause there for a second because when I say that the relentless are different, it doesn't mean that you cannot be like that. It just means that they have chosen to be in this group of people and that they are able to, through practice, through perseverance, through resilience, through repetition, is become relentless and they don't let anything get in their way. Okay, so you can do this. So as another example, take Kobe Bryant, for instance. He's known for his quote-unquote Mamba mentality. Kobe wasn't just talented, he was obsessed with perfecting his craft. He was the first to arrive at practice and the last to leave. He stayed very focused on his goal of becoming the best basketball player in the world. Again, he was relentless. So what can we learn from this? To be relentless, you have to ask yourself, what distractions are keeping me from achieving my goals? What am I willing to sacrifice to stay focused? And being relentless doesn't mean that you're constantly running on full speed. It means you're always moving toward your goal, even if that movement is slow and deliberate. All right, let's start bringing this together. Let's dig into the emotional side of being relentless real quick. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well. But what happens when the road gets tough? This is where emotional resilience comes in. Relentless people have an inner strength that allows them to keep going when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Now, I'm going to pause one more time here because I'm saying things that might turn you off. I'm saying things that might get you to start thinking, well, that's not who I am. I don't have what he's describing. Well, here's the thing, though. You can. If you go back and listen to every single show that I've produced so far, you will have pretty much everything you need to be relentless. Heck, you don't even have to listen to all those shows. All you have to do is decide that you're not going to give up, that you're going to stick with it, that you're going to accept the challenge and say, I'm going to do this. Okay? I know, easier said than done, but I'm just trying to make a point that this too can be you. Okay? So here's another incredible example. If you've ever heard of a person by the name of Bethany Hamilton, this is the surfer who lost their arm in a shark attack at just 13 years old. Most people would have just given up, but Bethany got back into the water just weeks after the attack, eventually becoming a professional surfer and an inspiration to millions. Resilience is like a muscle, okay? The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So, the next time you are tempted to quit, remind yourself, I've made it through tough times before, and I'll make it through this too. Being relentless isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear. It's about staying the course even when the odds seem insurmountable. So today, I challenge you. What's one step you can take to move closer to your goal? Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about persistence and becoming resilient. It's not about perfection, but getting yourself in the realm between good and great. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs a reminder to stay relentless. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, you have everything it takes to conquer the challenges in front of you. Until next time, stay relentless. Well, here we are at the end of the show. If or when you're faced with adversity and tough times, when you want more, when you're faced with so many challenges, how will you manage? What will you choose? What will you decide? Will you crumble under pressure? Will you cave to the naysayers? Will you choose negativity? Will you give up your power to someone or something else? Or will you say, challenge accepted. I've got this. I want this. I can do this. I've done it before. I've seen others do it. Stay strong, my friend. Stay persistent. Stay resilient. Do not relent. Remember, you have the power to not only survive, but thrive in the face of adversity. My message to you, my friend, is this. You've got this. I believe in you. Now believe in yourself and make it happen. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back, and have a great week.